Warning! The following episode of Orsini's Uncensored Mind contains explicit language and adult content. The thoughts and opinions stated on this show are reflective of AZ Orsini, the Steve Dave, and their guest exclusively. Seriously, guys, my dada and uncle say some pretty crazy stuff. If it offends you, go be butthurt somewhere else.
Welcome to Orsini's Uncensored Minds, and now your host, AJ Orsini with Dave.
Yeah, we're here. Another episode of Orsini's Uncensored Mind. I'm jacked. Also because I just had dinner. Usually I eat dinner after, but I just had dinner.
Isn't it
So
nice
now-
before? I don't know how you do this shit hungry.
No, because you know what ends up happening? I start to feel like what went in has to come out. I don't
Okay.
trust that when I eat that it's gonna stay where I put it. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta
Uh-huh.
like, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta like, I gotta monitor myself. It's one of the issues with being on like live. We're not live right now, but whenever we do lives, I gotta keep shit like that like in mind. I can't be doing a whole lot of drinking and eating beforehand. I could do it during, because by the time the urge hits, we're off the air. It doesn't even fucking matter. But yeah. So I am beyond energized right now. I'm looking good, feeling good, and I'm prepared for episode 345. Now I'm going to say right off rip here, I'm not making the usual mistake. Okay, we're just coming off a pay-per-view or a PLE or whatever the hell this
Sure.
past weekend. So I know we're gonna dig deep into this. It's only 4 matches, and yet still we always manage to go deep. Hey, pause. But so because of that, I kept it slim this week.
Damn, you got it like a PLE card on this bitch.
Yeah,
man.
I took their advice. Less is more on the big shows.
I
took
like
their
that.
advice. So-
Hey, I like
so-
that.
Let's go ahead.
Yappy.
Actually, but before we do get started, I'm going to break a rule.
Oh no,
Not one of the taboo topics or whatever. But
that's not. I was unknowing, but
A personal rule of mine has gone out of the window. So normally I've done this show 300. This is episode 345. 345 straight episodes. I've never done this. The rule goes out the window today because I've had a conversation with my wife, and there's no sense in keeping up the good fight anymore. I'm just ruining it for everybody in my family. So I'm going to go ahead and put this out there because last week when we recorded the show, we recorded it on February 24th, and it aired on February 25th. And the one thing that I never tell anybody, but I'll do it today, last Wednesday was my birthday.
oh,
And I got the balloons.
Jesus
There it
Christ.
is. See, I'm marking out for myself. Look, this one says, put up, wait. This one says, you're the best. and then I have the balloons here that says happy birthday. I got some cards. They brought me a ice cream crumble cake. It's nice. I'm due a steak though. We're gonna hook that up this weekend. I'm gonna get me some steak this coming weekend. On my actual birthday, I had homework to do, so I didn't do anything on my actual birthday. We've done some stuff since, little by little. We've been sprinkling that birthday love, but I only get about 24 hours to enjoy my birthday because right after my birthday comes Alex's birthday. So Alex turned 11. This past weekend was his birthday party. We celebrated his 11th birthday. 7 more years and this asshole's out of my hair. I can't wait. I absolutely can't wait. But We're counting down the days to 18 along the way. Right now, let's break down exactly what it is. Since I said it was such a slim show, what are we talking about here today?
Hey, what's going to be on the show today?
On the show today, we're talking 3 topics. We're talking, yes, we're back on the Paramount kick. That's right, WBD, the Warner Brothers Discovery. We have finally counted the 1, 2, and the 3 Paramount Plus. Paramount Pictures gets the Duke, pulls off the win. But there's so much involved in this whole ordeal. This is the only subject matter, for whatever reason, that I've been able to keep up with for a third time. And we have an official list now of things that are going to be transferring over to what. How is this going to work? How is this going to look? Why does it look this way? We're going to break it all down. Also, I had a topic for last week that we didn't get to use because I felt it was more important to talk about AJ Styles' retirement. But we kept it for this. We kept it for this week. I was going to do it this week. I had already planned to do it this week, but then this weekend happened, and it made it also more appropriate to do it this week. So we're going to do. Sportster did a top 25 failed gimmicks / storylines, different ideas that have been brought up in WWE history that laid to rest on the cutting room floor. These were ideas and gimmicks and storylines that were pitched that were too much for whoever was involved, and they just refused to absolutely do it. But I think it'll be funny to look at, laugh, and talk about all the ideas that they come up with. And of course, in our third segment, which is the last segment, we don't normally do just 3, but I felt this was a good opportunity to give this a shot and try it out. The third segment is our main event, and of course, we're talking about the Elimination Chamber. It went down in Chi-Town this past weekend. 4 matches, 4 completely different stories that we have to talk about, a lot to break down, a lot of little details, a lot of things that went right, and a lot of things that went wrong, including one of my predictions that fucking shit a chicken right in the middle of the goddamn. Soon as it happened, and you know out there what it was, my wife and I just shook our head and said, well, that's the end of that. Boo. We'll talk about it all here tonight. So let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. Let's talk about the merger.
Babe, it's time to start the show. Let's begin with segment 1.
In our first segment, we're talking about Paramount. Right there, scoring the winning fall, ladies and gentlemen. Paramount Pictures, congratulations. You have absolutely terrified and scared the entire Hollywood / media landscape. The earth is on fire, and I know everyone's thinking about Iran and everyone's thinking about Israel, but the real fireworks are happening over in California as Paramount scores the winning fall. They outbid Netflix. Netflix walks away from the table. He says, too rich for my blood. I fold, and walks away from the table. So WBD and Paramount Pictures, as my wife put it, aren't they both movie studios? Yes, they are. And they are now combining their resources together. They're calling it a merger, but at the same time, they're using the sentence that Paramount purchased WBD. I'm a little confused as to why they're using the terminology that they're using.
Words are important.
What's that now?
I said words are.
Oh, I know. You said it.
Oh, okay. Okay. No, just making sure. Is my on? Is it on?
Where's my snare? Hold on a second.
I said words are important. Words are important. There's a reason why. Like the vocabulary is deliberate, so there's a reason why. I don't know why. Maybe you do, but yes, it should. From my understanding, this was a complete sell, but using the word merger means something else to me. That just tells me there's something else in here I don't know.
Yeah, and I think where that leads to, as far as the definition of what it is that's actually happening, I think the fact that it's fuzzy is intentional, because despite whatever the numbers are, and despite whatever the the outcome of the bid actually was, which we talked about it several times before. If you guys want to hear what we talked about on the other 2 times, very easy to search. You can either search Paramount or Netflix or WBD with our name, Orsini's Uncensored Mind, in YouTube, and you can check it out on our YouTube channel. We broke literally everything down already. So this particular piece is not really about the numbers because we've already kind of broke down the numbers. We talked about where Paramount Plus stands on the hierarchy of streaming sites, where Netflix stood, where HBO Max stood. We did all the conversation already. So what this today is really about is how they got the job done, which was making the offer of $31 a share for the company, which totals out to, if you round it up to the nearest dollar, it takes you up to $111 billion. And here's the kicker. This is the part that made me and my wife laugh. In cash, which apparently was a big part of this negotiation, that the $111 billion was in cash, which I want to see it. I want to see it. I just want to see how do you deliver $111 billion.
Those Garda trucks.
Cash. You'd need
I don't
several.
think that. I was gonna say I don't think that's big enough.
And you'd need to put out dummies. You need to put out. I mean, this is a real Fast and the Furious situation right here. You can't just be walking through the streets with trucks filled with billions of dollars. You're gonna have a Vin Diesel-like character out here thinking to themselves they've got a shot. You knock off
the ultimate heist.
You knock off one truck, and you've got billions at your disposal.
Auto 6 is here early, boys.
Well, this deal, and all I've been seeing online, researching this for the show and everything, it's a lot of kind of what I said before last week when we talked about Blue Point, which is there's panic, there's shock. There seems to be this reaction to almost anything now. You mentioned that last week, that people are just for the sake of on YouTube so that they can just do whatever it is they're going to do. But this has been in the works for a long time. They've been shopping this. They've been working this. To spin it to wrestling for just a second, if I'm AEW, whew, oh sweet Jesus, this could have been really bad. this could have been really bad. We ain't got nowhere else to go, man. And if Netflix came in here and just, oh man, this could have been really bad. So that's one aspect, but I'm going to share this because I thought this was hilarious. I sent this to you also, so I want to share this with what's going on as far as, let me take this banner down too so they can see it a little more clearly here. They now own the following, and they being Paramount Pictures. Paramount Plus obviously is their streaming service, but they're actually just Paramount. And now if you go down the list here, HBO and HBO Max, which is 2 completely different entities, but they put it together. The fact that Paramount Plus now has full access, full control, full autonomy when it comes to HBO Max. This is the top 2 right here. This is the 2 that has everyone nervous, per se. It's the CNN, CBS access. They now control those 2 networks, which I saw the phrase Fox News 2.0 talked about when it comes to that. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. DC Studios, James Gunn. I hope you're okay, dude. Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, obviously Paramount Plus, Nickelodeon, MTV, rest in peace, Showtime, TNT, Comedy Central, TCM, which is the Turner Classic Movies Network, Harry Potter, Dune, the distribution rights, the Monsterverse distribution rights, which I just recently watched. Do you remember a long time ago when I kind of ran down how King Kong and Godzilla went down?
Mm-hmm.
It was one of our highest rated clips, literally in our show history. I just watched the sequel the other day. So be on the lookout for that, folks, as it's coming back. Because I wrote notes. Okay, there was some pretty cool shit. Fuck Teeth came back, and Godzilla executing a suplex is absolutely being discussed here on the goddamn show. But we continue here. Game of Thrones. Oh, I skipped one. DC Comics. I own the comics.
You went over Minecraft too, but again, distribution rights. So.
Oh yeah, excuse me. Yes, after Monsterverse, I lost myself. Minecraft distribution rights. The movies or gaming distribution?
I don't know. That could be huge or that can be small. I don't know what distribution rights really means.
Okay.
So what? Yeah, whatever.
DC Comics, Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, Transformers, which on paper you would think probably useless, but it's $1 billion franchise. So there you go. SpongeBob SquarePants. They've gone too far. They've gotten to the Bob. Avatar: The Last Airbender. Which one are they claiming? Are they claiming the show, or are they claiming the white version of the movie? I don't know.
In this context, I assume anything, including
Will they have to take ownership of that? Because was that part of
isn't The Last Airbender on Netflix? The live action? Yeah, the live action one that they were doing recently that was really fucking good.
Oh, that remake one that they did with the actual Asian cast.
The live action, yes. It got announced not too long ago.
No, but there was another live action that was terrible, remember? Yeah, it's on Netflix. You're right. It's right here.
Season 2.
Yeah.
I wonder how.
Wait, does it have a second season on here? Yeah, it does.
Yeah, they announced it. I saw it and I lost my mind about it. I saw an announcement
it says the Avatar returns in 2026. But yeah, they've announced the second season. They haven't
on Netflix.
So I wonder how
that's interesting.
Worked. Yeah, that's interesting. We should definitely look that up. Mission Impossible, Mortal Kombat, The Conjuring, Star Trek. That's a lot of content. So I wonder how that's going to work. A Quiet Place, they threw that on there. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry, Beetlejuice, Gremlins, Dora the Explorer. Am I missing one here? That should be it. Yeah, so they've got themselves quite a lot of property here. Let's go ahead and remove that. But they've got themselves quite a little bit of property here. They've got some content for sure. And you made up a good point. Let me go ahead. Distribution rights, eh?
What does that
All right.
mean?
Distribution rights are legal contractual permissions granting a party, the distributor, the authority to sell, lease, license, or exhibit a product, film, or creative work within specific markets, territories, or platforms. Vague, though. Like, for instance...
Basically they don't own the rights to the, like, for instance, Minecraft. They don't own the rights to it, but they can sell stuff.
They can sell stuff?
Like I don't know. Does that mean like t-shirts?
Oh, you're asking. Yeah. You're gonna sell some merch.
Like that, or maybe they can use those things for advertisement. I don't know what that means.
How does Paramount? Here you go. Does Paramount's deal affect? No. Affect. I got this. Minecraft, the game or the movies? How about that? That's pretty specific. They said, they have film distribution rights. There it is.
So.
Okay, because they are a movie company for sure, but it just plainly says Minecraft, and Minecraft is like a million things. Minecraft, the game, is still intellectual property of its developer Mojang Studios, which is owned by Microsoft. However, Paramount's deal now gives them legal right to control the film distribution rights. So there you go. What was the other one that I had distribution rights for now? That's got me thinking. There was another one. There was like 3. Monsterverse and specifically Doom 3. So I don't know. This gets really, really weird. But The bigger issue when it comes to Paramount scoring this big win and this big get for WBD is the legal ramifications. Now, everyone's been throwing out the term monopoly, right? We don't want any business monopolies taking place, but there's a lot of people shooting down the monopoly accusation, considering there's still so many other streaming sites, including the one that lost the bid, Netflix. Mm-hmm. You can't claim a monopoly when neither entity being combined is even the number one company in the field that it's in. Because as we, again, guys, go back, it's on the channel. We showed you the numbers. Amazon and Netflix are still 1 and 2 fighting for it.
The problem with that is I don't think they're referring to what you're speaking on right now. I don't think that's the unfortunately, I wish this wasn't the talk, but that I don't think that's the monopoly they're worried about, from what I'm getting.
You're of course referring to the
news.
To the news and the media outlets, and more importantly, the ones that we showcase there, the CNN and the CBS access that now Paramount would have. Because a lot of the another tremendous, it's a rumor from what I understand, but our current president has a pretty good relationship with the owner of Paramount and a not so good relationship with the owner of Netflix, or not so much the owners, but the people who run those companies. And it just felt and seemed like the Paramount deal would be approved as opposed to the Netflix deal. They didn't really feel that one would get legally approved to move forward, so they went with the other deal. But the other deal also, not for nothing, had a more financial upside to it. It seemed like Netflix didn't want to budge off of that $82 billion. I think they had other assets. I can't remember now because the last time we talked about it was a while ago, but there was definitely more to the deal. But Paramount walks away with it. They got 3 falls right here.
It has to be approved, which it probably will be. But they made mention that, if this doesn't go through, we get $7 billion. And we go back to work. That's what he said. If this doesn't go through, we get $7 billion and we go back to work.
What does that mean? Like they get to keep the deposit? It's like, this is the negotiation fee, $7 billion.
It is. If the contract doesn't go through, they get $7 billion out of it. And and their words was, we go back to work. That's it. So it's a win-win. I'm either gonna sell this shit for a stupid amount of money, and y'all can do whatever the fuck you want with it. I don't care. Or I get $7 billion, and I don't know how much dent that puts into their debt, but he said we go back to work.
So that's a good question.
I remember we said it when we talked about it last time. I can't remember all those fucking numbers. My brain is literally what the fuck.
That's why I kept telling people like it WBD. What is WBD's debt? That's why I told people to go back to the channel, because we ran all those numbers already before. Now we're just letting people know that it's done and it's over with. Apparently, Warner Brothers has, and it's been recorded, anywhere from $33 to $37 billion in outstanding gross debt. Mm-hmm. The company has been actively reducing its debt load from peaks of over $50 billion in 2022, with about $4.6 billion cash in hand as of December 31st, 2025. So they're about
$7 billion off that list. Hell yeah, that's a chunk.
I mean, it's
almost out of the hole.
It's a chunk. But
they were at 55. They had 33. Hey man, they're budgeting their way out of this. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but it does kind of behoove them to sell it, because I mean, yes, the $7 billion is nice, but $111 billion, that debt is pocket change at that point. That's only like a third of the actual cost. They take away 66% of that deal. That's insane, though. How, not for nothing, how do you continue to operate? Because up until the sale, I believe it was still operating as a regular business. How are you
still operating right now?
Right. How are you $37 billion in debt still functional? That's not. That's if the company's on layaways.
Got a payment plan.
I just can't.
You just call in wherever that is and be like, "Hey, listen, man, I have some hardship. I want to pay you back. I'm an honest man. I pay my debt.
I'm an honest man.
How much? They're like, all right, let's skip the bullshit. How much can you pay monthly? $25 a month. I got $25 a month.
Yeah, I could do
Pay
it
extra
easy.
if I can. I'll pay extra if I can. But
We
right
can't
now,
put.
I barely
can't-
got a half gallon of milk left in the refrigerator.
Yeah,
I really need to make sure I can get some bread. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
I'm eating ramens right now.
That's it, man.
We
Oh.
can't put Warner Brothers on. We can't send them to collections. Like we can't dock the paycheck. We can't we can't get some sort of automatic.
No, you can't. I'm sorry. Did you see that list? You can't hide income. Can't hide that income, baby. No, you cannot. There's income, and that shit. We need 1% of that.
So the other side of the coin is the famous business words that no employee wants to hear, and that's redundancies. Because for the most part, these are two companies of the same ilk. So there's going to be people that are in Warner Brothers that has a position that's kind of already filled with Paramount. So that's one of the things that people were, quote, shocked and nervous about, was that there's an assumption now that there's just going to be a cascade of layoffs just across the board. And it just kind of, it's going to happen. It has to happen, I would think. That's kind of, I would think out of a $111 billion business deal, there's going to be some layoffs. Oh, yeah. There's going to be some 100%. Goddamn layoffs.
100%.
I feel bad for every single one of them. I tell you what, of that whole list that we just had in front of us, there's a couple of those movie actors, I'm sure, that aren't getting, they're not getting redundancies done to them. They're going to be around for quite a while. And they're remaking Harry Potter. So how about that? That's also on the list.
That one's funny. We got to look into that because no, we do because if I remember correctly, I heard it vaguely. This was a little while ago. I remember it was in the old apartment when I heard this, that she's like spitefully remaking them. That's what I love about, dude. I'm going to be the biggest Harry Potter fan after this, dude. If I'm not mistaken, and I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, call me out. That's fine. But my brain remembers stupid shit like this. And I remember walking by the TV and my wife was watching something. And I remember her saying something about her wanting to rewrite the movies because the main actors and actresses are like unappreciative of what she did for them because they've been like talking shit about her. So she wants to rewrite them out to where they fucking forget about those characters altogether. So she's redoing it.
So it's not even the same characters?
No, she's getting rid of them. She wants to erase those people from Harry Potter history, dude. I was like, yo, that is a level of fucking petty. Bro, if I'm making shit up in my head, please forgive me. It's still funny, so take it for what it is. But I'm pretty sure I heard her say that they were fucking ungrateful, and I am going to rewrite this just so that they're not like the main characters of the story anymore. It was something like that. It was something like that. We gotta look that up. We gotta look into that and come back later and do like a what the fuck or something for it because I love that level of petty.
That sounds like, I love that Google's like there's no official evidence or statement indicating that Rollins has done this, but there's like a whole bunch of shit here.
I gotta look into it. I know I might be out of pocket right now, but that's okay. At the risk of that shit just being hilarious on its own, I'll say it without any evidence.
Not to spit off into J.K. Rowling out of nowhere, but she does have some pretty controversial takes for today's society anyway. There's some pretty controversial takes. So I guess they just want to separate themselves from whatever smoke she's getting over there. But J.K. ain't playing. No jokes over here for J.K. Rowling.
Her checks don't bounce, baby. Her checks don't bounce.
What is it? My money doesn't jiggle. It folds. So back to our main topic here, of course. So the last point that we'll make on this, and I again, like you said, I hate to go down this goddamn path, but once again, this is another goddamn topic of conversation that leads back to that fucking guy again. for whatever reason, I can't turn on the TV. I can't swipe through my phone. I can't do anything anywhere without seeing Trump's fucking face. Any fucking where. For some reason, these two businesses got together and made a deal, and the first person they spoke to was fucking Trump.
I miss the good old days where we assumed politics was involved with everything we loved. I miss those days. I miss the tinfoil hat days. I want to make like I know this is all part of some. Now it's like it's in your like. Yes, they're shaking hands on TV and in pictures. It's no longer a guess. Everything you love has something to do with all this shit. So just I wish to just keep it in the background.
People used to just assume that there's funny business in show business and
now
in politics.
They're showing you the funny business.
Yeah, we're living in a world now where people go, "Let me see the files." I could do that, or I can confirm for you right now. There's totally fucking aliens up there.
Yeah, right.
There really is. Area 51's a shaky topic, but they're out there, motherfucker. Like, this is the real thing. I don't know. You can look at the folder if you want, or you can look at this other folder that has a bunch of other cool shit in it. It's so crazy.
Yep.
Oh my god! You guys thought I was making jokes about Putin. I got a folder for you. It's like, listen, I don't care about aliens. Never thought I'd say that sentence. I want to see the files. Well, you could see the files, or we could go over to Iran and start some shit real quick. It's totally on the table. So yeah, this dude is amazing. I wish I could just do 30 minutes on this one fucking thing, but too taboo for the show, so we're not gonna fucking do it. I'm holding out strong. But this is I'm gonna, in retrospect, I'm gonna wait until it's over. Like we usually do when we deal with like topics where it's like it's ongoing. I won't really touch it till it's up. I'm gonna wait because this is the last time that he could be president this run. So I'm gonna wait till it's over. And I want to see the story to its completion. There's no sense in making comments now. Just wait. I want to see all the sequels. I want to watch the whole box set before I determine whether or not the level of crazy that this shit was. Because this is amazing. I couldn't even look this shit up without seeing his dumb fucking face on TV. I'm so happy for the guys over at Paramount. We mean you're so happy. You're not even supposed to sit on TV. You're supposed to be. Your government is supposed to sit down and deliberate whether or not the fucking thing's gonna happen, and he's on TV congratulating him.
He goes, hell yeah, big win, love that guy.
Love that
great
guy.
Love that guy. Amazing guy. I said,
makes great
what an amazing guy.
Yeah, oh god, makes great movies, the best movies you've ever seen. I watched one of his movies once. I said, wow, I've never seen a movie like this. You'll never see a guy make movies just like this. What a fucking idiot. Fucking idiot. Jesus Christ. By the way, at this point, that's all you have to do to impersonate him at this point.
I was going to say, shout out to Shane Gillis, by the way.
He wrote the formula.
Giving everyone the formula on how to do a good Trump, dude. Fuck, dude. Shout out to Shane Gillis.
And then he cried. His crybaby Magnet. That's what we called him. I wouldn't have cried, but he cried. I'm watching Shane Gillis tonight now, as soon as that shit is over with. And he, by the way, double shout out to Shane, because we talked about it here on the show when you had brought it up about all those comedians that went to Radai for the comedy festival. He was one of the people that decided not to go and decline the offer, but he was like the least aggressive about it. He was just like, yeah, I
heard him make a comment.
No, he commented for sure.
Yeah,
I believe the exact comment is something to the relates of he didn't want to go do a show for the people that like helped with 9/11 or some shit like that. He's like, I don't need that on the fucking resume. Like I did a full set, it's for the same people that like helped destroy our country. No, I'm good. I'll just sit here. But like there were so many aggressive comedians about it. He wouldn't. At least I don't think, unless I missed it. But he didn't seem all that egregious to me. So Here's my takeaway. We'll end this segment with this. I'm currently a subscriber for Paramount, and I'm also currently a subscriber of HBO Max.
Should this help your pocket? Not really.
So who's giving me my money back? Like, how does this work?
Nobody. You're still paying for both. That's not how this works.
They're
not gonna actually put. Yeah, they're not gonna put it together. That's dumb.
Put a package together, like because Disney took over Hulu. They're in a package. You know what I'm saying? Like they Disney bought ESPN, and yes, they're all 3 different apps, but I pay one price for the 3. So now that's why I'm living in a weird world today. I'm watching my Monday Night Raws on Netflix. Netflix has the old pay-per-views on it, but Disney is where I go to watch my PLEs. So it's like I'm
watching wrestling PLEs on Disney is fucking crazy.
It's crazy. It's insanity. This is a weird world that we're living in at this point. Yeah, anyway, a lot of stuff going on in the world of Hollywood here. Paramount does it again. They're coming up with the big win.
Let's see if they solidify it. You made reference that they got the 1, 2, 3. I feel like we're in a moment right now where we're in a slow count, slow motion.
Well, the only reason why I'm already assuming it's going to pass is because the fucking president of the United States himself is on TV congratulating fucking Paramount. So
maybe
I don't foresee this having any kind of.
I'm a pessimist until that paper is signed and in my face. I don't believe it. So, me personally,
I want to be in the fucking room. I don't want to be a part of it. I just want to watch somebody sign a document that gives them $111 billion.
No, I want to see the table that they do the signing on with the $1 billion on the table.
I'm going to safely assume it's going to be over a table made from the skin and flesh of immigrants that were supposed to be deported, that they used for the furniture in the room, including the glass that they are using as table, all meant from the souls of innocent human beings. Because any group of individuals that will sign a document stating that I'm going to give you $111 billion so I could own all of these. This is the world's largest DVD collection of all time that they own, and this is just an outrageous deal. With everything that's going on in the world, for WB and Paramount to sit here flexing about $111 billion is hilarious. This is great timing, man. Great timing. We got videos. My wife and I have been sitting here stunned, mouth agape, of the American citizens that are currently overseas that are not a part of any of this, that were just on vacation, just on holiday somewhere, and they're currently in hotels that are getting bombed. And of course, because they're Americans, they're recording the whole experience, and they're just like, "Oh my God, I'm being bombed right now." And everybody else next to them is like, "Bro, this is Tuesday. Like, what's going on? What's happening?" This happens all the time. They're like, "Well, I'm
fucking tourist, am I right?"
Yeah. I'm from the States. We don't have to deal with shit like this. Oh, it must be nice to not have to worry about Scud missiles at 3 a.m. leveling your whole apartment building. So yeah,
true.
Good stuff.
Something great for now, anyway.
Yeah, I know. I was pissed this morning that it rained.
Yeah.
Like I was genuinely irritated by it this morning. Like I was. Just
you ever think about doing stand up? That was good delivery.
Let's move on to the next.
Let's keep this show going. It's time for segment 2.
Time for segment 2, and of course we're talking failed wrestling gimmicks and ideas. This could not have been better timed. I'm so glad we did this the week after what took place at the Elimination Chamber. We're teasing. We're gonna get there. But there is, I have it in front of me here, the Sportster did a top 20, let me get the actual name for it here, wrestling gimmicks / storylines that thankfully never happened. It was published a few years ago, 2018. It's an old article for sure, but it sparked ideas because some of these have been around for so long that it's hilarious to think about. And then also, some of these are great examples, and I want people to understand that I'm not bringing these topics up to make fun of anybody or not to make fun of the people who were involved both on the writing team and as performers, but just to put things in the perspective about how wrestling is like behind the scenes when it comes to the idea of gimmicks and stories. Because everybody in wrestling and everybody who follows wrestling has a self perception of genius. This is going to be a genius idea. No one's doing this. This is $1 million idea. This is going to be fucking phenomenal. Okay. And so I've had things pitched to me. I've pitched things to people. It's give or take, you know, but these are really bad. Some of these are really, really bad. And to start off at number 25, this article came out swinging, okay? Because this one was by far one of the most talked about several years ago. Stephanie McMahon herself has had to address this shit publicly, so you know it's fucking true. But we're going to pull it up here. I have it here, okay? Vince McMahon takes it too far with Stephanie. And what that means is, folks, and this is a real fucking thing that happened, it was a storyline idea that was pitched that Steph, who had already appeared on TV a few times pregnant, because she was legitimately pregnant on a few occasions when she was on TV, that there was going to be a storyline where she was going to be pregnant and they don't know who the father was. And that it was going to be revealed that Vince was the father.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
The baby. And it was met with some resistance.
Some?
Well, let's think about it. This was pitched
about
10 years. This was pitched about 10 years ago. Look how far we've come with Vince. So it's not that crazy an idea for him. But yes, it was met with some resistance and it was trashed. And just for extra creepy points, it was then revived as an idea and put back into the shuffle. But this time, because I think what Vince thought people were bothered by was that he was going to be considered the father of the baby, right? Impregnating his daughter. That's weird. Okay, you win this.
Really
round.
Underselling this.
Yeah. I'm just thinking through the eyes of Vince, right? Okay.
Oh, don't do that.
Fair play. He goes, so he brought the idea back up again at another meeting, this time proposing Shane be the father. That's why I said he probably thought, you know what I think was freaking people out is that me as the dad. So it probably makes more sense to make Shane the brother. Yeah. The one who, because, you know, there are certain states in this country where that would be seen kind of, all right, that's more realistic to me. It would be weird if it was the other way. But yes, that was the idea, is that Steph was going to be pregnant for whatever reason, was unbeknownst to her who the father was, and then DNA tests, which is weird too. How would a DNA test prove that the sibling or the father would be the... Don't they have similar, like, how does that work? How does that work? The inbreeding,
his blood would be, yeah. Let's not try to fucking decode that. That's weird.
So number 24 on the list, they wanted Ric Flair to have a Spartacus-like character where he would have armor and the whole deal. He'd come to the ring. They had an idea. I remember seeing art for a helmet that they had made for Ric Flair.
Can you imagine that Spartan? Woo!
Now, if for those of you who think I'm bullshitting, I'm going to show you something right now because I forgot to pull this up. Farouk Assad. There it is. Okay. Who remembers this gimmick? Let me show you real quick. And share screen. Oh, I'm already sharing the screen. All right, I gotta stop it for a second. I have to add this right here. Farouk Assad, right here. You see the helmet and everything like that. They ended up putting They ended up putting the fucking gimmick on Farouk.
That kind of looks fire, though.
That kind of looks fire.
Yeah.
With
the fucking helmet. I don't know about the baby blue. The baby blue is a little much, but like
a little far, a little much.
It wasn't that wasn't terrible. That Photoshop looks terrible.
This Photoshop looks terrible. Yeah. But the helmet and everything. Come on Ric Flair though. Like him coming off the ball
and profile all the way through the battlefield.
Roman Catholic style. Woo! Oh man. Right, they wanted Ryback to face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Now,
why?
If I'm not mistaken, they wanted this match to take place at 29, which was the WrestleMania that I went to, because they wanted a powerhouse versus powerhouse matchup. Now, Ryback ended up facing Mark Henry at that WrestleMania, and Lesnar ended up fighting Triple H at that WrestleMania. And that's only because I would only assume that Brock Lesnar probably tired himself out from laughing so hard when they made this pitch. They said, and then you've got Ryback, and I could just see him. Oh, Vince, you ribber. You're a ribber. I love it. I love it. What a sense of humor.
Never change. Never change.
Yeah.
Never
change. Hey. You got something there, kid. You've got something there. You are talented, boy. Oh my God. And then I want you to fight right back. You should have seen your face. You sold
the mimic.
Yeah, so fucking I'll tear it up right now. Jesus Christ. So anyway, me and Triple H, right? We're gonna do this thing. We're like, it's gonna go. Fuck. There was no
what to worry about. We'll take care of it.
Yeah.
Thanks, boss.
They looked at Mark. You think he can find whatever? I'll make it work. Go the other way. See, number 22, CM Punk is a deaf wrestler. They wanted CM Punk to portray a deaf person.
Now hold on. To be fair, look at the picture they chose. He can kind of pull it off. I'm just saying.
Even his reaction in the photo was like he can't sense what's happening, but he can feel the pyro behind him. He can
feel it.
Yeah. He says someone's coming out because I'm seeing some light behind me. What's happening over here? Man. The deaf wrestler, which is great when they start doing promos about, how they feed off of the crowd. I'm like, oh, you're a fucking liar, bro. You can't. What are you? You can't hear nothing.
He can feel. Come on.
Feel vibrations, roar of the crowd.
Absolutely.
How would the fan interaction be with that? So, because he can't hear you and he can probably feel you, would his pop when he comes through the curtain or when he's in the ring, would his pop be like the whole building's quiet, but everyone's like stomping on the floor and like beating on their seat? So he knows how over he is. And he's just like, yeah, he's got this building shaking, baby. Oh my God, I love it. Can we would he have to change the names to his move sets? Like, would it have to be different? Like a GTS or an Anaconda Vice, or like, would we have to do more death-like material,
like the hearing aid or something like that?
Yeah, something like
he hit him with Braille. No, that's blind.
That's the wrong disability, dude. He can see just fine.
I'm sure it's on this list somewhere. Let me put that junk down in my pocket. Save it for later.
I'll pick that up off the ground. We'll hold on to that one.
He's just handing a book of Braille. He's just looking at you. I can see. I can read. Stupid.
Oh, the next blind person's gonna fucking get it. So that's it. They don't even know.
Oh my God.
Stacy Keibler has a baby, but who's the father? Now,
man, he wanted someone to be pregnant and not know who the baby daddy was.
Well, this is the funny part. This is not WWE. This is this was WCW.
So the higher ups wanted someone to be pregnant, and someone was trying to get the gimmick off.
Knocking some chicks up were kind of the vibe, I guess, in the wrestling
Makes
scene
sense, though.
for a while.
Makes sense.
And they got the picture of David Flair here because I think she was dating him on camera as a kayfabe couple on the show, but they wanted to like throw a different thing to the audience where it's just like, hey, who is it, David? Who could it be? I love the fact that the big question at a wrestling show is who fucked Stacy. Let's figure this out. who had their turn and then got too happy about it. There we go. Number 20, Kalisto becomes the Mrs. Flamboyant hairdresser. Now, I don't know if it's on this list. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But I do remember Finn Balor being pitched a gay gimmick. So I don't know if it came before or after this pitch, but it sounds like somebody in the WWE around this time wanted someone to be gay. It wasn't. I don't really care very much who it is, but somebody, goddammit, it's got to be gay. And it looks like they made the pitch to Kalisto.
You mean to tell me there wasn't a single gay person on that roster?
Oh, I'm sure that there was, but not one that would play it on TV. That's for sure. Plus, Kalisto was already over with the lucha. That's right, the lucha chants. Him and Sin Cara. Who's gonna take Sin Cara? Oh, I never told that story on here. Did I ever tell the Who story? I'll tell it after. Let's not slow the roll down here. One of my personal favorites, number 19, Goldust gets enhancements.
Okay, I feel like this happened.
No. It did
not like actual real ones. I hope that's not what he was pitching, but like,
yes.
Didn't he dress like a woman all the time?
No, you're okay. So you're thinking of when he did the artist formerly known as Goldust, and he was coming out like in BDMS gear. I think he had tissues in a bra once, like he had.
Yeah, it was like cross-dressing a little bit.
Right, cross-dressing. Yes. It was a lot of that. Him and Luna. No, the pitch here was to actually go to the doctor's office and get tits. They wanted him to go to the doctor's office and get tits. That's the whole pitch.
He wasn't actually.
It was pitched. It was pitched.
Was Vince going to pay for them?
Oh, come on. That'd be somebody has to foot the bill for that.
Yeah, Goldust. Hey, go get a new job. Come back.
He's like, are you almost? He's like, no.
He didn't have insurance at that time.
Anything. Yeah, word. I'm an independent contractor. Oh, yeah. No, it was definitely pitched. Definitely pitched, and he thankfully didn't want to be WWE champion that bad. This one's hilarious because I heard this is a Photoshop picture. I don't know who put that together, and I don't care. But it makes whoever wanted to make Kalisto a flamboyant hairdresser happy, I'm sure. But this was his actual pitch when he left NXT, that they were going to make him like a superhero kind of character. Very, very close to like they're putting Mighty Mouse, but if I remember correctly, the pitch was like a Mighty Mouse-esque like character, even down to the feats of strength. I don't know if you remember Mighty Mouse, but he was like a mouse that was like Superman. He was like super strong and could do all this cool stuff. So they were like, yeah, we're going to make him Mighty Mouse. Now, they ended up not making him Mighty Mouse, but they kept the color scheme, and he still had a cape. So he still
got him to commit a little bit.
They got him to do a little bit of it. Yeah. They got him. Compromised. They could, yeah. Hold on. I need to share it. I'm sorry. I need to share it because I have it and I want everyone to see it. It got this close. This is how close it got. Right there. See that? He had the purple. He's got a cape over him. Obviously, he still looks in great shape because he's Neville. And Neville's always in great shape. But yeah, they really wanted him to be some sort of weird superhero-like character. And then we had
a lot of those though.
He wanted as many as he can get. Only one that
this
worked
one
was
I agree with. I agree with this one.
He wanted Kane to end the streak. And I know you're going to agree with this one. But,
you do too. Yeah, you 100% agree with this.
My thing is this, though. This is my only issue with it, which is when. How deep into the streak word we have gotten for him to have beaten it? Because so if I'm doing my math correctly, they first fought first time ever WrestleMania 14, and by then it wasn't really a known streak. So if you were going to pull the trigger, maybe then, because I actually, now that I'm doing the calculations in my head, because the second time was at WrestleMania 20 and we were balls deep into that streak, so that wouldn't have worked. But the first time before the streak became a thing, and since that was Kane's first WrestleMania as a character, I don't know if you remember, it took like 3 tombstones to beat him, and they made him look super strong in that match. Him winning that match actually wouldn't have bothered me. I was actually kind of surprised Taker won that match around that time. Made sense to do it, but yeah, if you're going to break the streak, that would have been it. I'm actually not that opposed to it now that I'm thinking about it. Because WrestleMania 14, the streak wasn't really popping like that. But you probably just want Kane to beat him, period. It wouldn't have mattered to you, right?
Well, you could have went all the way to where he dropped it, and then Kane could have came out of retirement for one match, broke it, and then fucked off.
Oh, wow.
Kind of like Brock.
Come out of retirement, beat it, and then disappear again.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, you're missing the part where he does come back finally and then get squashed by Goldberg in 90 seconds.
No.
Yeah. They wanted Scott Hall to be a G.I. Joe. Whoever pitched that, I'm hoping was fired. You don't respond to some shit like that.
Were there any G.I. Joes with such aggressive accents like that?
Well, the accent was fake, but
doesn't matter.
That's one of those things.
So I'm assuming this is before he became who he was.
Before Razor.
Yes, because if you're gonna go Razor into a G.I. Joe, that then makes my point.
That's stupid. Yeah.
Right.
No, because while he was Razor, he left the WCW.
Hey yo.
So the pitch, yeah. Hey, you want to come join the military, bro?
Exactly.
He said, you want to fly the bars and stripes with me, G.I. Joe?
G.I. Joe? Hell yeah. Hold on, we might have to revisit this.
Can you imagine him and hey, Cobra Commander, right? Whoever. That's one of those pitches in the meeting where you're writing something and you just look up. Whose man's is this? What the fuck did you just say? It's like, nah, he should totally be a G.I. Joe. All right, yeah, cool. And we'll make Diesel a Ninja Turtle. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Get this guy the fuck out of here. Imagine it was pitched by a janitor. Like they were all in the room just doing shit. Some guy just walked in and went, how about you make him a G.I. Joe?
How about you get back to work?
Yeah.
And stop talking.
How about you fix that commode on the 3rd floor?
Come on.
Melina revealed as a man. The irony of using this pick. The irony of using this pick as the Melina gets revealed to be a man storyline. That is insane. Her only claim to fame in WWE was her hotness. And now they're going to be like, well, you've been looking at a dude this whole time. Boom! You're gay, and now you just found out.
That's how they get you, dude.
They said, you know what? It's not going to work if we make a gay gimmick. But if we can make the audience feel gay.
Ooh, imagine.
Meta.
See? They're like, what if, we always make our characters gay.
Yeah.
And the fans get to watch a gay character. But what if we involve the crowd and make them feel like the gay character?
See? You see
Big
this?
Brain. Big brain. Now that's marketing.
This is a box. And this is them thinking outside of that box. See that? You see that?
Crowd participation.
There's only but so many L's they're gonna take. They were looking for a W here. That's all that is. So then we got Batista's background story is revealed, and if I remember correctly, oh yeah, he was supposed to be the child from an assault relationship, and segments had been prepared to go along with it. They wanted to basically make him a child born of rape, like his mom was raped, and then was forced to have him as a child, and now he's been living it in these terrible conditions.
That's why he's an animal,
and that's why I'm so ripped at 6'6" or 6'5", and fucking oiled up to perfection because I had a bad childhood. I'm ripped and I should be the champion because my mom was sexually assaulted. Someone said maybe that might be a bit much on the backstory. Maybe we dial back. I got a better idea. Let's make him a suit-wearing, basket-holding Deacon's buddy on SmackDown. God damn it.
It's better.
I remember this. China, they almost made China the champion at SummerSlam 99. I don't know.
I remember that the feeling being close. Like,
yes.
She could actually, the way they were pushing her, they really was. It's unironically, I saw a clip about Jericho talking about working with her, but
she was the shit.
Yeah, they were close to pulling the trigger to that. I distinctively remember that shit.
They were looking for shock value here. They were like, "Oh, we're gonna shock the world."
They're like, "Well, if I can't impregnate my daughter, then I guess China can be champion."
Someone said, "Vince, how about we do neither?"
How about we do
neither?
How about the
China
do what we're paid to do? And
now the
come
China
up with ideas.
The China thing happened first. That was in '99. The Steph pitch came like a decade later, but you know what? The mindset is the same.
I'm mad. I'm mad it was in that order. That I try to shoot him some bail here.
I couldn't make China the champion, so I'm going to impregnate my daughter. How about that, Vince? No, let's just not. Let's just not. How about we not do that?
Any of those things. Those all sound terrible.
This one's not as bad. Alexa Bliss adopts a Southern accent. I mean,
I don't like that.
I don't like it much either, but it's not impregnating someone for a weird reason or being a child or a product of sexual assault. It's just, howdy, y'all. My name's Alexa Bliss.
That sounds fucking terrible.
No, now that I'm hearing it out loud, that would have been funny. Now, what we ended up doing was making her a psychotic that lights people on fire and
better
and speaks to dolls and
because you know what's more relatable? Not that Southern accent, but a small, tiny, white blonde woman who sets things on fire, and you don't know why it turns you on.
Yeah.
Because you know she's not good for you, but you try it anyway.
Yeah.
She's gonna set you on fire. It's okay.
I should be scared by this, but I've never been harder, so I don't know.
I've never been more bricked in my
life. I'm gonna pass out because all of the blood in my body is located right here, and I don't know why.
And you know what? I want to see where this takes us.
This one everyone knows by now. We've heard this one 1,000 times. Mark Jindrak replaces Batista in Evolution. The original idea was for Mark Jindrak, former WCW competitor, and I don't know if it was Triple H specifically or who it was. They liked Dave's look better. That picture right there, that is the original Evolution group before they added Batista. And I think we could all agree Batista was the better choice. Christian does his best impression of The Rock. They really didn't like Christian. During that time period in which they're pitching this, they did not like Christian. They didn't. There's so many gimmick changes for him and so many different directions they took him. And he tried to make every single one of them work. But this would have been crazy. Christian going out into the audience and pretending to be The Rock every goddamn week would have been hilarious. for like a short period of time, and then it would have been go away heat with me. I'd have been like, nah.
Yeah, it doesn't sound good at all. None of that sounds good.
Dolph Ziggler blackmails Maria with private tape. I like that every storyline that Dolph Ziggler has basically almost always been involved with has something to do with him fucking somebody. Because I think that
Bad
this,
problem to have, maybe.
this is a tale of many stories for Dolph Ziggler. This man might have single-handedly taken the number one spot on dude who has smashed the most women on the roster in WWE history. The man's stories are legendary. Legendary. This man has conquered and slayed in that division for many years. So much, in fact, that I feared for the lives of all of the women in TNA when he finally left his kingdom to pursue other lofty goals in a whole nother promotion. And this man stays getting his shit wet, bro. This guy never. I think a dry spell for him might be a few hours. I have no idea.
A few hours.
Yeah, he comes out of the shower and he's ready to go. There's always there's somebody there waiting to just so much. What was it they said? Gets more ass to the toilet seat. This guy. And the goddamn private tape is bullshit. It is what it is. But that idea. This is wild. Linda McMahon steals tests from Stephanie is wild. This is pretty ballsy. Even for them. Look at that smile on Stephanie's face, by the way. Just happy to be there. Just happy to be on TV. There's 3 people in this photo, and one of them's a Hall of Famer, baby. Kevin Nash was supposed to be the anonymous Raw general manager. That would have been a womp. Not for Kevin. It would have been nice to see Kev on TV, but that whole anonymous Raw general manager thing. And I quote, oh my God, terrible time. I thought for a while that was going to be the worst time in wrestling, and then we ended up getting the Thunderdome, and I immediately changed my mind. Edge portraying Val Venus's gimmick. I don't know how many people know this, but yes, the original idea for Edge when he debuted in, or was going to debut in the WWE, was he was going to portray the porn star character. That was going to be his idea. Now, for people saying, well, I can't, that sounds weird. Why would they pitch that idea for Edge? Well, you have to keep in mind, before Edge got signed to the WWE, when he was on the Indies, he had a gimmick that was very similar to this. He was the hot guy that had all the girls' attention. His wrestling name was Sexton Hardcastle, baby.
Hey, fucking yo.
That was his name. Sexton Hardcastle. That was the name of his goddamn that was his ring name in Canada. So it wasn't that far of a stretch. Luckily, they went with a whole different idea. But who knows? The guy they ended up getting for the Val Venus character, not too shabby. He was pretty good. Sean Morley, not bad. I don't know anybody who remembers this. I tried sharing this to a few friends. They couldn't remember. I remember. Hayde Vanson conquers The Undertaker, that was the planned idea. So this guy was going to debut. They had high hopes for this guy. They were debuting him in vignettes, and they were going to do this deal where he was going to kind of stalk, kind of try to take out The Undertaker. It was going to lead to a match at WrestleMania. And then someone goes, he's only 5'9". Why is he feuding with The Undertaker? And they're like, oh, I don't know. So they killed the idea, ended up killing the whole gimmick altogether after a while because they couldn't figure out where to put him and how to use him. But this guy was like a hair away from going against The Undertaker at WrestleMania, and nobody to this day even knows who he is. And that was like overreaching on the pitch on that one. Whoever was in the writer's room pitching that was really big on this fucking guy. He's like, this guy's great. We almost got RVD as Glacier. True fucking story. We almost got. Pretty cool. because if anybody remembers, Glacier was supposed to be like a ripoff of the Sub-Zero character, and they actually went out and got like he's a wrestler, but his predominant discipline was martial arts, karate, which is Rob Van Dam's little domain as well. So Rob had done some early work for WCW. They knew of him, and I totally believe he was in the running for that gimmick. Thankfully, he didn't get it. Thankfully, but that would have been dope. I think people sleep on Glacier as a character. That gimmick was awesome. Snow falling down and everything was pretty good. They wanted Lex Luger to win the title at WrestleMania 10. They should have done it then, because that was the death of Lex Luger in WWE. After that bullshit SummerSlam win they gave him, and then to not win the Royal Rumble outright, and then to go to WrestleMania with the other Royal Rumble. Still to this day, the only time there's ever been a tie for the Rumble is in that picture. And then he gets the first title match, doesn't win it. Brett wins it later, becomes the big hero. Lex was done. They killed that character right then and there. There was no doubt about it. He was fucking finished. So this one's not even funny. This one's kind of fucking sad. They should have did it. This is funny. Justin Bieber they were gonna have Justin Bieber wrestle John Cena on a pay-per-view in the ring, and they were gonna put Bieber over on John.
So John would have did the job too. That's what makes me sad.
John would have done the goddamn job.
He would have
been sitting there like, baby.
Can you imagine if he came out to that shit? That'd have been terrible.
Why this didn't happen, I don't know. There was an opportunity on the table at one point for DX and the NWO to get their shit off and to have a match at some point.
The feud everybody wanted.
Yeah, but you know what? At the time, I know I would have been stoked for it, but in hindsight, looking back on the talent involved, that was never going to work. Who's doing the job, man? Who is doing the job? Nobody on
NWO for sure.
No, but I'm saying, like, as a booker, I'm sure you can come up with a reason for some side to win and some side to lose. I'm talking about the egos involved. None of those motherfuckers is laying down for the other guy. It would have been a logistical fucking nightmare to put that match together. Because which of the three is facing the two? Is it going to be the Outsiders against DX? Is it going to be Hogan and one of the other guys against DX? And then who's taking the pin? Because that's going to be the first thing. Oh, I'll wrestle him. Who am I beating? Because I'm not losing that match. There's no fucking way. The closest we got was the Sting Triple H match where they all did run-ins together.
Double count out.
Yeah, the only way that match would have ended was a nuclear explosion in the building. Everyone dies. That's how that match ends. There's no real winner at all whatsoever.
I bet they all would have rather died than take that pin.
Yeah, probably. They probably would have taken that. Absolutely. So those are some ideas there. Those are some failed gimmicks and storylines that took place over the course of WWE. There's probably a whole lot more that I'm on the cutting room floor, but I thought that was a pretty good list for 25. That's not a bad list. So we've got one topic left to go. So let's get her done.
It is now time for the main event of the evening.
I can't wait. No, it's not that one. Fuck.
No, we skipped that one. Sorry. But we are here to talk about the main event here, who took place this past Saturday in Chicago. Lot to discuss. Lot to kind of get off of our chesticles here. So this all went down in Chicago. It was only 4 matches. And I feel like I say this a lot for WWE PLEs now. Well, there's only 4 matches. There's only 5 matches. The only time they really break that rule is WrestleMania. But other than that, even the SummerSlams are very low on matches. I feel like it gives more time for the entrances and for the actual matches to develop over time. But I gotta ask.
Are you not a fan? I was gonna say, you sound like you're not a fan of this. Are you not a fan of this?
Of the small amount of matches?
Yes.
I am and I'm not. I feel like I'm a fan when they all hit. Like if you can give me 4 matches, 5 matches, and they all cook in their own little way, okay, cool. But they've done some 4 or 5 shows where like 2 or 3 are just like, oh my god, they're tough to get through. And this show as a whole wasn't really all that bad. But first and foremost, because I was having this conversation with my wife as we were watching it, because my wife said to me, she goes, you know what you should do on your show? Which is what she does to me every day. Every day, she'll see something on her phone and goes, you should talk about this on your show. Watch this. And so we're watching The Chamber, and I guess she had a memory of me saying that we did like best of SummerSlam, best of Royal Rumble recently. And she goes, why don't you do like one of those best of things that you did, but with the chamber matches, like just chamber matches? And I said, I can't do that because every chamber match past, I want to say 2006 or something like that, it all took place in this new chamber. What do you feel about this new chamber? Do you like the way that this chamber looks and the way that, because this chamber to me, I think
it's fine. What's wrong with it?
No, because the way that I explained it to people look at me like I'm fucking stupid, but I have a deranged wrestling mind. And the original Elimination Chamber match, I remember in the promotion when they were talking about it for the very first time, it was like 16 tons of pure steel and all this other stuff. But the phrase that Eric Bischoff said in that promo that I feel like was used in every promo after up until a point, and I think it stopped right around the new cage or the new chamber, where there's a line where he says, a structure that was created to punish the humans that enter this chamber. And I remember it was the wire, it was the chain walls with the durable plexiglass, and the area outside of the ring was metal and gates. And do you remember in the video game when you used to like part of your moves in the Elimination Chamber match in the video game was to toss the guy over the top rope? Because every time you tossed him hard over the top rope, he'd hit the metal and he would take damage. Everywhere you went in the chamber, you took damage off the chamber pod, or if you went into the cage. Now everything is padded and it's so comfy. It's like a big metal pillow. Everything in there. And the glass on the chamber, whenever you put some guy through it, it was like a big wow factor because it was supposedly like bulletproof glass, and it always held up. And they didn't start.
So are you referring to the round one?
Yes, the circular one, the one that went all the way around in the circle like that. This is the old one. And it was hard to break that. Even when they were trying to break it, they'd have to like kick it in like it was a whole deal. This past chamber, who was it? Was it
multiple people? Both the guys and the girls went through.
Yes, I know, but there was one in particular. I think it was Logan Paul. He went in one side, kept going, and went out the other side. And I said, well, what the fuck are we doing? He just did like a whole Wile E. Coyote thing and just went. I said, all right, so that means nothing. These are all bullshit now. So I'm not. That's why I was asking, because I'm not a fan of this new cage. I know that it's safer, and I get it, but this safer is good for the long term. Don't get me wrong, but then don't do the match. You know, don't have a chamber match if you can't go all the way. If you're worried about injuries, don't have the fucking. At the very least, don't have it once a year. Then break it out on special occasions when you really want to fucking wreck some people and really want to get the point across. Just like Hell in a Cell. When Hell in a Cell became a yearly thing, it lost all of its meaning. That's why they stopped it. So now Elimination Chamber to me is absolutely fucking next. I don't need it anymore. If you're not gonna go all the way with it, then fuck it. Just leave it alone. But that's my own cross to bear. We take you now to the first match. Let me pull that up so we can do this correctly, okay? Boom. First match was the opening match. It was the Women's Elimination Chamber match. It contained Rhea Ripley. It contained Tiffany Stratton, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Kiana James, and Raquel Rodriguez. Now, I had made Raquel my pick. I had said, let's go. Powerhouse for powerhouse. Easy win for Jade. Both of them get the momentum. That was my logic. And I was looking good for most of this match. Raquel came out last. She had the mic on. Everybody was hearing her talk her shit. She was Tahana bombing bitches. Everything was going good. And then she lost.
She lost, but to me, they made a statement with how she was conducted in that match where I'm not saying she's the one, but she is getting a push. They're going to do something with her for sure. And
I also like the fact that the audience made their statement because they weren't happy when she got eliminated.
Oh no, she was fucking shit up, man. She did great in this match. My first gripe with this is just how slow it started. It started so slow. It was so slow. It wasn't really until who was 3? Asuka. Asuka came in and kind of ramped it up a little bit. She ramped it up a little bit. She started to speed it up. There was too many. Like, you guys are in there. You're the first two. You need to get this going. Make this look like a one-on-one match. It did not look like that. Asuka came in, started kicking it up, and then as people started to get released, it got a lot better. But again, to your point, she looked really fucking good in this match. And then even on Monday when they made a hint about challenging for the Intercontinental belt, they're putting her out in the front. They're trying to see what she can do. So hopefully she keeps doing her thing because she was fantastic in that chamber.
She was. She did a good job. Like you said, Asuka picked it up. Kiana James. Can we chill? Can we let her have some matches? Can we? What a standout performance! She did all right. She didn't do bad.
I think she did good. I didn't think she did all right. I think she did good.
No, she got, with the exception of her nipple coming out, everything.
I don't like her body language.
Well, she's still new.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm giving her time to grow. I'm not saying she's bad. I actually really like her. She has a good look. My problem is I guess that's my problem. Like, I feel the green, and I don't feel like I should be getting that from her.
Why not?
Not even like it. She doesn't. I don't know. It's hard to. It's very. It's very small, but
right.
There's just something with the way that she moves. Just feels a little like she just
not comfortable yet.
She needs to refine a little bit. There's something missing.
And I can tell you why you're holding her to that expectation, because if you're going to be on the main roster, it should already be gone. You should be ready to be on the main roster. Not
I don't know.
Go to the main roster and then let's give her time. Like, no, NXT is that time.
I was gonna give you that. I was actually going to go in that direction, and as I was about to say it, I remember Javon exists, and I don't want to give her the criticism of you should be ready, and then not have that same criticism for Javon. Now, we'll get to him. We'll get to that boy, but I want to be fair. And if I'm willing to give Javon that time to grow and stuff like that, this is a different ball game than all those other places. She's good. I don't have any gripe with her. She needs some more reps. I think that's it. She just needs some more reps.
I think that's an apples and oranges conversation, though. Javon and Kiana aren't really I don't know. Kiana's athletic, but she can't. Javon is special. I would give Javon a pass on that. I'm not saying Kiana's not good or that Kiana's not going to be good, but you can very clearly see that there's still she needs a little bit more time, right?
She needs a little bit more time to cook.
Yeah, Javon has those moments for sure, but when Javon is on, he's doing stuff nobody else can do. Kiana isn't doing anything that nobody else can do. She's just the most recent call up. So, like for instance, I didn't see this in Tiffany when she got called up. But then again, I also remember Tiffany saying she didn't want to be called up until she was ready, until she felt like I can be in there and do exactly what we're describing, which is just go forward and be successful. So I don't.
It was nice to watch Tiffany again. I like her without a belt.
Yeah,
I like her without a belt.
And I was nervous for a second. This is the second time in a row now, the Rumble and the Chamber, where you kind of felt like she was this close to going into the title match into WrestleMania, and they didn't do it. And I think that's great.
Because if I'm not mistaken, that was the pick that it may end up being Tiffany. I was happily surprised when they went with Rhea. When they went with Rhea, I was happily surprised because when we talked last, we were saying she doesn't really need it. She's in a great place right now, and she's working. She's doing what she has to do. She's in line. She's doing what she's got to do. But then when they pulled the trigger on it, I go, is she gonna get her WrestleMania? She's definitely taking the belt off of Jade, hands down. And then I thought to myself, I'm already making my pick. I'm gonna say the same thing in the round table when we have it too. Not only is she gonna take the belt, but Jade is going to have her best match.
Oh,
because if there's one thing that Rhea can do, boy, she's about to put on a showcase on how to carry a match, how to call and carry a match. And she's going to remind everybody who I promise you have not forgotten. I know no one is thinking anything negative about Rhea. She's her. She's her. She stepped away for a little bit, and just like how Roman was on his little kick when he was like, "Who else but me?"
Until it was WrestleMania time. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's fine. Y'all mad because I'm doing too much? Y'all got it. And now look what happened. Ain't nobody, I'm gonna go on my Roman rant here. Ain't nobody step up. Ain't nobody making sales. We're losing money here. We're bleeding money. I gotta come back. Not because I want to, because I have to. You know what I mean?
Because you need me to come back.
I feel like that's Rhea's run right now. So I was excited to see her take the win. I think it was the right choice. I think she's been silently, especially after that injury coming off of a massive WrestleMania. She's just kind of been coasting, not coasting, but she's been doing work on the side, doing great things. And it's going to be nice to see her have that moment again. And we'll know. She has to tell when she comes out that curtain. If she's singing, she's over.
When
she's singing, she's going over.
She's singing, she's ready to go, baby. When she starts
and
singing,
she sang in this chamber too when she came out. She was singing in the chamber too. So yes, this was good. I liked it. It started off weak, but it ended good. I like it.
Michael Cole grabbed my attention when he stated that this will be Rhea Ripley's 5th championship match at WrestleMania. And I said, whoa, I forgot about that. So I started thinking, what's her record in championship matches at WrestleMania? Well, 36 against Charlotte Flair, she lost. 30.
I was going to say she's
what did I say? 36? 36, I said? Yeah. 37, I was there. She won. 1-1. 39, Charlotte. She wins. 2-1. Then ours, 40, Becky Lynch defends the title. She wins. 3-1. But last year, the triple threat match that we said might have been match of the year, she loses. So 3-2 is the record. And now she's got Jade. So, oh boy. 36, 39, 40, 41. What did I say? 3-2? I'm sorry. She's 2-2. She's won 2 of those, and she's lost 2 of them. So, this is the tiebreaker here, and you're already making your pick, and I want you to defend that when we do the round table. But yeah, so yeah, this one was okay. This one turned out pretty good. No doubt about it. So we're gonna move on to the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship match. Becky Lynch, AJ Lee, and we said it last week. I said it last week. I think this is it. I think this is your chance. This generation wants to see it. Enough fluff, enough footage. We need to see you go into this ring and do it. So, Dave, did she do it? Did she impress?
Not me. She was fairly safe. I don't think she did bad. I just don't think the energy is there. I just don't. I don't know. Honestly, I came out of it a little bit more of a Becky fan.
What?
And yeah, I came out of it a little bit more of a Becky fan. And the reason is because I don't know. I think it's hard. It's hard being her. It's like being a Joker with no Batman.
Oh, that's what you mean.
It's like,
okay,
It's like she's clearly the Joker. Not calling her, obviously, I'm not calling her a clown. I mean, like the villain itself. Like she is the Joker in that comparison. There, like, who's Batman? Like the way she acts, the way she's very. I always get this word wrong. Theatrical in the ring.
No, that's not wrong.
But there's, it's not reciprocated. It's like she's playing a different game, and at times it makes her look crazy and not good and a little.
It makes it appear like she's overdoing it.
Yeah, she's overselling. She's doing shit. But if you really just kind of like take a second, and I don't know what it was about this match that made me kind of like it sit with me a little bit more, but I'm just like, fuck, man, I wish she had someone that could give her that energy right back. Someone who can counter that. Not that they have to also be theatrical, but like the person she's opposing, I think that's what it is. The people she's opposing aren't giving her a reason to behave that way. So she's still acting it, but like you're getting like dead fish in the ring with the other person.
Ooh, so, dead fish.
So again, not I don't know. I just didn't get a lot of energy from AJ. Again, I'm not here to shit on her.
She was blown up.
People love her. I don't see it. It is what it is. And I almost, even outside of AJ, like, who is that other person that Becky needs to be not seen like she's doing the most? Because I'm at this point, I'm sold she's not doing the most. I just think people aren't doing enough to keep up with her in whatever way, shape, or form that looks like. She doesn't have that opposing person. So I don't know. That's kind of what I got out of the match, which is, I think, a weird takeaway. But
no, not at all.
You're making a lot of sense.
You're making a lot of sense because that's a tale as old as time. When you got a baby face who doesn't have the right heel or a heel who doesn't have the right baby face, it just looks awkward. You look like a cornball baby face when you don't have a getting heel against you. And you look like a cartoony a-hole as a heel when you don't have that baby face that can get sympathy from the audience. That's wrestling 101. When Becky was making her entrance, and I do this from time to time, just to hype myself up. But I'm watching the show, and Becky's doing an entrance, and I said to my wife, I said, you know what? Tonight's a really big night for Becky. You tried to carry Maxine Dupree through this, didn't work. You tried to carry Larry Valkyria through this, it didn't work. You tried to carry Nikki Bella through this, it didn't work. Here's someone that I believe, at the very least, will hold her own. Because I didn't think AJ Lee was going to be able to get through that match without vomiting. I don't know how much ring time she's gotten in the last few months, but 11 years out of the big spotlight in a championship match on a PLE, a lot to ask. I know a lot of fans think that this is just robotics, but it's, even if you've been doing this your whole life, it's hard to get up from a nap and just have a match like that. It's difficult. It's very, very difficult. So I wasn't watching this match with the assumption that AJ was going to be anywhere near as good as she was before. It's just impossible. 10 years, even if she'd been working for the last 10 years, 10 years is a long time to maintain your conditioning and your skill set. It's just hard. It's hard to do. This is coming from a 43-year-old man who used to do it damn near every day to wake up and do it now would be fucking difficult to do. It just is. So I didn't really have a high bar of expectation for her. So for that, she met my bar as far as she didn't do anything that was ridiculously dumb. There wasn't any Nikki Bella spots where AJ just did something into the wind and Becky had to bump. So it wasn't bad and it wasn't in that vein, but there wasn't a generational dream match feel to this match. It wasn't like the best of this generation going up against the best of this current generation, you know, powers combined. Here we go. This is going to be a classic match. It wasn't that at all. But that doesn't mean that she being AJ Lee, can't get better over time. They're already booking a number one contenders match on Raw next week for her for WrestleMania. So they're obviously having plans for her to be a little bit more active in the coming weeks. So that's good. Once she gets back into the swing of things, she might start to look a little bit different. The promos. Okay. Her promos are where I have to start to check myself as a viewer. Because I'm one of those people. I was a big fan of her promo. I loved her promos from back in the day. I loved them. 2012, 2013, on fire. She was one of the best in the business. Boy or girl, doesn't matter. She comes across now very, I don't want to say stagey, but like you used the word earlier, very theatrical. She cuts her promos almost like she's delivering dialogue from a movie, kind of like. It doesn't have the same vibe. I went back and listened to some of her old promos, and apparently she's always done it. But back in that time, she was like the only good promo at the time. So it just felt really cool. Now she's in an era where everyone's cutting promos, and she doesn't really. I don't know. I'm getting a sense of revisionist history, where it's just like she was so good. For so long.
Maybe in her time and the people around her, but we got talent.
Now, yeah. She looks a little misplaced now. It's just like, and she's 10 years older. Now, she's in phenomenal shape. Daddy would still hit. I'm just saying.
There you go.
I'm just saying that Father Time gets us all, bro. Like, we'll talk about it in the next match, but her husband struggled too. Like, this is not an easy thing to do. It's very, 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 very difficult. Very difficult. But it wasn't terrible. I
would say this was her best showing. For sure. And this is
I agree with that. Yeah, it was definitely better than the other two matches.
And this is where it kind of had to be, because this is where she was like, you know what I mean? Like this was a big match for her, especially if she was gonna go over. Now is the time to do it. Again, I'm not saying anything bad about her. It's just it is what it is. I'm not saying she's like the best in the world, but she's got star power. Let's see what she does with it, and let's see who gets the rub from her.
Let's see where we go from here. We're on the road to WrestleMania. Let's see what they have in store
if it
for
was
her.
Raquel. I'm not gonna hold you because that belt would be perfect on Raquel right now.
Raquel and AJ, crazy. Actually, is she in that match? Let me check. I'll check after. Because up next, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match, CM Punk versus Finn Balor, and it is so good, and it feels so right to hear "Catch Your Breath" once again on the dial. To hear that, yes. Unfortunately, and I said this last week when we were doing the preview, I think he's clicking too soon. There seems to be a lot of plans already in the works, and he's getting hot, I think, at the wrong time. They don't have anything for him, and I just knew going into this that this was going to be there was no way they were going to drop this title before WrestleMania. It was just
I say something to what you just said? I was going to say it when it was my turn, but I think this is a perfect time to say it.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Just off of what you just said, That shit made me miss Finn Balor, dude. That shit, yo. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm just like, oh my god. It's to the point where I'm looking at him come out and I'm like, bro, I can't. I know the demon will come back at some point, and when they do, that's our tell that they're gonna pull the trigger on whatever it is they're doing with him. But I hope all this time that's been going past right now, has just been to let him rest. I know we say it all the time that he's injured a lot, injury prone, stuff like that, yada yada. Man, when he came out and even going through the right, I'll let you keep going, but even going through the rest of this match, damn, I fucking miss Finn Balor, man.
Well, no, continue on.
No,
what did it show you?
I just miss solo Finn Balor. Like, it was just nice to kind of his music, him to do his own thing. Like, even when on Raw, when he went right back to the slowly breaking up the group shit about, are you going to be out there with me, or you want to do it on your own? Well, yeah, I mean, by my side. And then the whole stopping of the interrupting it, stuff like that kind of cost them the title and shit. Like, going back to that, I'm like, fuck, I just be done with this and let's get back to, like, all of these guys, aside from maybe one person, is set. Everyone this group did exactly what the fuck it was supposed to do. Everyone in that group, again, aside from probably one person, once this all splits apart, we'll see what happens with them. You know what I'm fucking talking about. I don't need to say nobody's name. There's one person in this group, and I'm not talking about Roxanne Perez. I haven't seen her as well. I'm assuming she's still part of it. That is gonna come out on top with this group. They're all doing great. They all have either done great or doing great. I'm saying it's time to be done. Let's go our separate ways. We got all these storylines we can tell. Let's see more Finn. Even if it's not right away straight for the belt, like you said, we have like a timeline right now with people, and he's kind of getting hot at a point where, like, then don't throw him up there right now. I don't think you need to. I mean, this fucking Intercontinental title right now is fucking hot. Like, this Intercontinental title is exactly where the fuck it needs to be right now.
Well, there were a lot of people that were hoping that Balor and Dom would meet at WrestleMania, but then they changed the belt last night.
That's fine. But we're also in a beautiful stage where we're starting to see we don't need the belt to do something.
That's true.
Which is also awesome. Fucking rip the belts. If anything, putting the belt on Penta. Love that. Fan-fucking-tastic. He just did a TurboTax commercial for them. Amazing. They're investing money into this dude, all right?
But he's so good at it. Bro.
He's fan-fucking-tastic, all right? Everything that's going on for Penta right now, hell yes. For it. Phenomenal. Intercontinental title? Dude, I would love to rewind back when we were talking about belts being fucking pointless and saying that they really need to start investing into their mid-card belts because they're just worth nothing right now. And Intercontinental titles run right now couldn't be hotter. Could not be fucking hotter. It is rolling, and you got people you can put in that card. But then back to the real point where it's like she hasn't held. She had the tag team titles, obviously, which was also a phenomenal like thing we kind of fell into. Like these two standing next to each other. It's like just get a hotel already. All right, please. Even like even on Raw, I swear to God, at one point they got so close. I was like, yo, they're gonna kiss. They're going to kiss right now. It's going to happen. Hold on. So fantastic. All that stuff's fantastic. And she wasn't in the spotlight for the belt. So to your point, it doesn't matter if it was Intercontinental, World title, whatever. Let them go at it. Because even that Penta match and Dom, I'm watching that shit like, yo, I know we keep saying this every time we see this dude in the ring. Why can Dom fucking go, dude? Dom can go. So Dom and Finn right now, like this would be awesome television. This is fantastic, dude. Finn, I'm ready for him. I'm ready to make that strong mid to top card run where he's like actually running matches and running storylines and stuff like that away from that group.
Now we're sitting here praising the challenger. But we are not going to walk by the fact that the champion didn't just come out to the ring with his usual ring music, my God.
Oh,
My man came out to the running of the bulls. Yo, when that song hit, I almost woke my son up. I screamed. I was oh shit. Now, the intro he did for Punk was it was what it was, but that was not folks. I'm a New Yorker, and in the 90s, the Bulls used to torch us every time we saw the red on our floor. It was a problem every goddamn time. But
they torched everybody, to be fair.
I was gonna say, yeah, to be fair, they torched everybody, but
I know it felt more personal to you when you got your own ass kicked, but trust me, everyone got their ass whipped.
There is nothing that screams my childhood more than, first of all, hearing the because that was before. I mean, I was watching wrestling at the time, but they used to do promo packages before the championship games. I mean, a guy used to sit down. Was it not Marv Albert? Was it Bob Costas who used to do the voiceovers? Like, a city looking for a dream. And it was like they were like doing all these things. He was like, will it be greatness who wins the championship, or will a new regime take over the NBA? Tonight, the NBA Finals are at NBC. Goosebumps. And that one in particular, whenever they used to do the United Center and they would do the warm-up line, and for some reason Chicago has always had those extra long nets. Their nets for some reason were longer than everybody else's. It was weird. And they would do the lineup. They would do the visiting lineups, and they would get that weird hold music. At point guard, I'm going to show you, like for the other team, and the lights would go down. Or you see the Bulls on the screen running, and they put the logo on the floor, and you would see it on TV, but they would be so loud in the building, your TV would shake just from the bass of it. And Ray, I forgot his last name. I'm sorry, I don't remember his name, but I know his first name was Ray. The announcer with the energy, no announcer in sports has. Oh, let's start Atlanta to your defending champion, Chicago Bulls. You're like, oh shit, here he comes. I am a New York Knicks fan, and I had their lineups memorized because it was the best goddamn shit ever. And then, as great as he would sound, front forward from Southeast Oklahoma State, number 91, Dennis Rodman. Like, he had energy for everybody. But when he hit that motherfucker at the end, went from North Carolina, hot guard, 6'6", and he came out, Michael Jordan. Can you imagine living in a world where you're a sports fan, and of all the sports teams in all the world, your team has a god on it? It's like, that is insane. Yeah. Everybody feels confident until they hear that shit from North. You know, we
kind of makes sense now why Punk is so cocky. I mean, look what he grew up with. Look what he grew up with as one of his favorite sports teams. Yeah.
All Chicago people. Dwayne Wade said it. Dwayne Wade said it the best. He said, "I'm from Chicago." He said, "I played with LeBron, but I'm an MJ guy. Dude, there's no way around it, son. I can't go against the GOAT, son. Are you insane?" But yeah, this was definitely easily one of the best entrances he's ever done.
It was so good.
Fire.
Absolutely good.
And then he got in the ring and the bell rang. And I got sad. I got sad. It's visible now. It's visible. You can see it. And I used to hear a lot of criticism, and I'm not saying he's out here having bad matches, but it is in slow motion. He's not that guy anymore. And that's not That's not a disrespectful nod. Yes, he took a 10-year break, but before the 10 years, he had been rocking it pretty hard for a while. And then since he's come back, especially as champion, he's been rocking it. So it's like this shit. I said it earlier, I say it here. This shit catches up with you. It just does. And he's the champion. And I get this vibe looking at it, especially when he cuts promos and he does press conferences and stuff. And when he's doing commercials and he's got the belt with him all the time, he's loving this because this is it. I think he said it on an interview leading up to this show. He's like, this could be the last time I'm ever in the United Center as a champion. Like, you know what I mean? Like in the title fight, in the big match feel, in my building, this could be the last time I ever do it. So like he was already looking toward the end. You could see it coming, and it's just now he's in enjoy it mode.
He's
right
living
now.
it right now.
Just soaking in everything that's happening right now and being the world champion and having this opportunity and working his ass off, including but not eliminating last night's comments. Which, okay, that's that promo's got people talking now. I'm sure that was the plan, but that whole thing with Roman Reigns and burying him with his father and everything he said last night, he's trying to make this the real deal, excuse me, the real deal main event of this show. Okay, yeah, I was in the main event last year of night one. Everyone's giving me shit about the night one thing. Oh, night two really is the main event. Okay, so night two, right? I want to make night two be the main event. So let's get serious. Let's get personal, which they did. But can I ask you, if you were excited for Finn, I'm sure you're not either or on Punk, but as a match, did you get into this match? Did you enjoy it?
It was good. I actually I rewatched this match like 2 or 3 times because I kept falling asleep, not because it was boring, but because I haven't drank caffeine for like the past 2 weeks.
Oh no.
So I've like tried to, well, not, I wouldn't say completely. I do drink tea from time to time, but like green tea, which has low caffeine. So I'm on 0 to like no caffeine. So I'm like, if I'm not doing something, I'm fucking falling asleep. So I was trying to watch it. So I actually like rewound it a few times and rewatched it back. And I thought it was my hype for Finn and my like newfound love for Punk really made this match. I thought it was enjoyable. I thought it was a pretty good textbook match between the two. It was really nice to see them. But to your point about that fucking promo, man, that shit just felt like they both were saying some real shit to each other. Obviously there's probably more behind the scene that I don't know that makes the thing make a little bit more sense. The whole burial thing, like at the end of it, I'm sitting there and my thought to you is actually very similar to what I was saying to Becky with Punk. And right before he came out, when I saw it, I'm like, man, you know, this might be his highest caliber feud, right? Top dog versus Punk, who will tell you he's the top dog against someone who will tell you he's the top dog. I feel like this is going to be the highest caliber match in his career. And I was like, I wonder if he's like going to turn it all the way up. And the promo seemed like he did. And man, when I tell you, when I like see them looking at each other, obviously it looked like during that promo, they both kind of was looking at each other like, oh, okay. Is that what we're doing? I feel like they both had that look in their face of, oh, okay, so we're going to talk about that? Say less. And at some point, I feel like they both had this agreement, look at each other like, okay, so let's do it. Yeah. We're going S tier all the way.
S tier.
You're never going to see this again. I'm giving you my top game. And the way Punk was talking, it looked like he was completely unchained. He didn't feel like he needed to, and not to take a shot at anybody, but like sometimes it really feels like Punk is holding back. When Punk first came back, remember we talked about it, and I said he seems over the top, a little aggressive. He kind of like didn't fit in with like what was happening. He felt like he was just too much, too aggressive. And you said that's Punk. But the problem is that the people today can't keep up with him. As time went on, he pulled back. You can tell he did, and it kind of looked a little bit better. Here, it felt like he went back to that person.
Because he, and I could be wrong, but I think he feels like Roman can handle that.
Yes.
And I think Roman understands that too. Yeah.
If there's one person on this roster that has to keep up with me, it's Roman. And if there's any person in this business right now that will tell you not only can he keep up with you, but you can't keep up with him, it just really felt like they both kind of like turned on a certain level in this promo that they don't unlock for other people. That's the energy I got from it. So I'm excited to see what comes from it.
It's that other level, that one where it's just like there's very limited people in that top tier. And I was saying earlier about AJ Lee, and you had mentioned that, oh yeah, she was great for her time, and then like, you know what I mean? But now it's not as much because of the change in scenery. For Punk, I think that is the difference between old Punk and new Punk. Old Punk would have done that promo that he did against Roman against anybody. And if he buried them, he buried them. He didn't give a fuck. And I think that's what rubbed people the wrong way a lot of times. They feel like he would go too hard, whatever the case may be. He didn't go to what the situation dictated. He hasn't done that since he's been back. Like you said, he's been up and down. It really depends on the person he's going against. With Roman has built up enough equity where I think Punk probably figured in his head, even if he can't keep up with me, he's got enough cachet to where I'm still going to be the underdog in this no matter what. So I gotta, in his head, he's probably figuring I have to swing for the fences. This is somebody on Twitter said this, so I can't take credit for it, but I wish I can give credit to the person because I can't remember who it was. It's Superman versus Doomsday. Superman normally holds back. He can't hit criminals with all his might on his fist. Otherwise, fucking vaporize him. You obliterate him. He can hit Doomsday until the cows come home. It don't matter. He can fucking let it go, loosen up, and fucking, all right, bitch, here it comes, because Doomsday doesn't get knocked out. And that's what happened. That's Roman Reigns. Everybody that ever burned Roman on the mic, when they came back for seconds, when they came back for the tribal chief, all got smoked. All of them. Roman doesn't fucking play now. Now he's got his formula down to a fuck. Like he said, remember the interview? He said, I got the formula. I know how this shit goes now. He's very, very tough to beat in any aspect. So Punk, like I said earlier, Punk's looking at this as his last real run. This is his last real run. So this could be his last WrestleMania main event. And let's be fair about it. There's no bigger opponent for anybody at WrestleMania than Roman Reigns. Nobody has more main events in WrestleMania history. He's the guy. He's him. Period. It's not a fucking debate. All these people online, he's a part-time wrestler, because the full-timers can't keep up. He's giving them a chance, and they keep falling on their face. So Punk drew the short straw. He's got Roman Reigns at WrestleMania for the world title. This was a pretty good match, but at the end of the day, this is the result we were going to get. It's going to be Punk. It's going to be Roman. It's going to be night 2 in Las Vegas. This is going to have a big fight feel. So we'll see what happens with that dope match. And now our last match here, the Elimination Chamber for the men. Yeah, he's applauding. And his sound buffer is eliminating the sound.
Well done. Well, good, because it's obnoxious. I'm the one doing it, and it's pissing me off. So, well done.
So you liked it. You liked it.
Well fucking done.
Okay. Now,
well
let's
done.
ask this. the performance well done?
Yes.
Or just the way that they structured everything and the story they told all the way up until the end?
Yes. Everyone in here came out a winner.
Fair.
Who lost?
No, I'm agreeing with you.
I'm asking. I'm not saying that.
No.
It sounded like you were contesting me. I'm asking you the question: who lost coming out of this?
So if I'm going to, because I got the 6 names in front of me right now, if I'm going to pick one person who probably didn't come out looking all that great,
I already know
of the 6, and I don't even think this person did a bad job either. But I don't think Trick Williams really surprised anybody in this matchup.
Really?
Yeah, wasn't a takeaway from me. LA Knight made news for all the wrong reasons. Javon Evans did okay. I was a little underwhelmed, but no, he did fine.
Really?
He was supposed to do. Logan was a surprise for me. The way they booked this kid in this fucking match was a surprise to me. I didn't think Logan was out here Brock Lesnar-ing
knocking them down.
1 elimination, 2 elimination, 3 elimination, 3 elimination, bitches. He was just, and he was counting them. He was like a 3. Yeah, I don't think this was a bad match at all. I say saying Trick did the worst is like saying, this really, really cool thing was the worst out of a bunch of other really cool things. Trick, first of all, that new entrance is fire. I love the new entrance with the rotating thing and then the lights pop on. Oh, that Trick, get on, that Trick. I need to add Booker T's ad-libs to his music. I can't hear the song without the yeah, that shit, let's go. Oh man. Oh, did you see that there's a side note to Booker T? There's an achievement on 2K26 when the first time you execute Stephanie Vaquer's Devil's Kiss, it unlocks an achievement that says somebody check on Booker, because Booker used to always go nuts. They start doing that move. Who was the guy that you felt like who was the guy that you looked
all
at?
Of them. They all won for me. All of them. And it's funny. I like your takeaways because as the filthy casual, I will tell you that I saw things a little bit different. I feel like with some of my contention with some, like for instance, I didn't want Javon to start because I wanted him to come out big. I wanted him to come out doing his thing. But as I watched it, I'm like, you know what? I'm wrong for that. Because I'm dead wrong for that. You know why? Because I put him in a box. And I'm doing this thing because he's young, he's green, he's gonna go out there and try to wow. But he wrestled a match. Like he didn't do it, he still did his bouncy shit, but he didn't rely on the bouncy to execute his moves and the match as it went. So I love that he didn't use this opportunity to, in our own stereotypical way, someone's got to die, someone's got to high fly, someone's got to be crazy. And he did not do that at all. I actually don't think he had the one spot that I thought he was going to go crazy on is when they were on top of the chamber cage and he had got hit. And I thought he was going to do something nutty, but he really kind of didn't do anything.
No, he ended up doing a really shitty frog splash. I didn't like that frog splash.
Yeah, I didn't like the frog splash. He was scared. He was a little scared on that frog splash.
He didn't want to murder the guy he was landing on.
He broke the fall with his foot. Yeah, I saw that. But at the end of the day, right, I'll give you that. But at the end of the day, my point to that is that right there to me was the setup for him to kill himself. And he played it safe, which again went the opposite direction. But my point is he wrestled a match without trying to use the chamber as a stage to be too big. He's doing this thing where he's trying not to sell himself as the high flyer while being the high flyer and executing actual wrestling and not relying on a stereotype, which was awesome. I love that. Trick, I think he cleaned it up here, man. There was something about him just seemed again, we'll go back to the green thing. It felt a little green. they kept leaning into the Booker T. I know the resemblance there. I'm sure they have a history and stuff like that with the Booker
That's
T.
That's
but goddamn, if he didn't actually look like fucking Booker, and I fuck with it. I liked it a lot. He didn't feel nearly as sloppy. His presence as being a bigger guy came through. Like I definitely felt like he was a bigger guy. He was a little bit slower, but a lot more powerful. He didn't seem like he was hesitant. He looked really refined here. Like this was a good place to showcase that, and I'm +1 to Trick for me on this one. He was fucking great. It sucked that LA Knight didn't go over. We both felt like he needed to go over. Again, I'm going to refer back to that TurboTax commercial. They love putting this motherfucker on commercials. He must be amazing at reading scripts because two off the top of my head, but for someone who's taken as many L's as he has, man, I think the consolation prize is, look, you're not going to win anything, but you're going to get a bunch of endorsements. Like, you're going to get paid. We're going to pay the fuck out of you, right? But you're not going to win anything.
We got TurboTax, Slim Jim. There was another one that he was doing. It was like an exercise thing. I can't remember.
Yeah, you're not going to win anything, but you are going to be the most paid endorsed motherfucker in the WWE. Cody was fine. I thought they were my fears what they were going to push Cody over, but Cody just ran the match. He ran the match. They told some story. They got some story off with Cody there, and I love the fact that it looked like Randy and Cody were on the same page, and I absolutely love the Viper taking advantage of the situation where you thought they would adapt it up. It felt like, especially with Cody, god damn it, fucking hugs for everybody, bullshit. I felt like they were going to dap it up. He's a people pleaser. They were going to dap it up. They got rid of the outside interference. You and me one-on-one. Let's do this. Viper said, fuck that. Boom. Crushed him, pinned him the fuck out of my ring. I love the way they ended that. I love the storytelling. I love costing them the match. All that was fucking awesome. This chamber was actually amazing. It was really fucking good. It showcased everyone well. It told some story at the end. I'm okay with the winner, Randy Orton. That's fantastic. Dude, I'm ready to go. This road to WrestleMania is starting out pretty good for the men. For sure.
So right now, as it stands, the 2 world title matches are set. It's going to be CM Punk and Roman Reigns.
Huge.
And it's going to be Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton for the WWE also Championship. Huge. Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship. Liv Morgan versus Stephanie McMahon for the World Women's Championship. And we're just getting started for the build for this WrestleMania.
See that promo with Liv? She's talking her shit, bro. Liv talking that shit, bro. Yo, I'm telling you, I don't know. That card looks solid already, dude.
That Liv's out here living her best life, bro. She really out here thinking she a goddamn star, bro.
She's a star.
She's living that one.
Dude. I hate to say it, dude. She's a fucking star, man.
I held out hope for LA Knight all the way up until the slip. Now hold on a second. Let's talk about the slip.
I saw the slip and my brain instantly said they were right. This whole time they were right. I'm like, fuck.
Me and Steph were both. I think Steph was on her phone. I was typing on my laptop. We're watching. We're going back and forth. When he slipped, we both looked to the chair and went, "That's it. Forget it. He's out."
If he was gonna win, that's the moment they keyed into the ref's ear. He said, "Plan 2."
Said, "Never mind. Never mind.
Plan B. Switch it."
Tell him to take a bump. That's it. Damn, I also forgot to mention at the beginning of this that remember I told you that TBD was supposed to be Jey Uso. Jey Uso had won that much with Bronson Reed as an audible. They ran an angle on Friday that got him out of the chamber, and Logan Paul ended up taking his spot. That's how Logan got in. They're setting up the Usos for a tag team title match at WrestleMania. I'm not entirely sure just yet on who the opponents are going to be. It looked for a minute there like
Austin
it was going to be. Yeah. But then now I'm hearing that Seth might be doing something with the Vision at WrestleMania. I'm not entirely sure. We have to watch a television show to figure out more how that's going to go. But there's a lot of moving parts right now. And I personally, I know people are going to not like this. I like the chaos aspect of right now.
Mm-hmm.
I like the fact that right now it's like, all right, but who's he going to wrestle at? Yeah, like, yes, I like that right now. I like the fact that as someone who's been watching for years, I don't know who they're building towards.
Right.
I don't know for sure. Like, we all have our speculation and we all have our ideas of who it could be or who it should be. But as of right now, we don't really know. Right now, we have the 4 title matches in place. That's our granite. That's set.
I was gonna double down and say not only to your point what you just said, but the matches we do have, fire.
Yeah, it looks good.
We got heat already.
Yeah. So we just need to now. They it looks like they've cemented their foundation, their base, and now they're just trying to figure out whatever. There's rumors of they're doing El Grande Americano versus Americano at AAA.
Did you see the promo with them going in and out of Spanish?
Yeah.
And he's like, grazie.
Grazie, yeah. And then the three of them went, that's not even Spanish. Like,
bro, that's Spanglish they were talking. And I don't think any of them are Spanish, right? None of them are Spanish.
None of them are Spanish. Having Pete Dunne in a luchador mask attempting to speak Spanish slang is one of the top funniest things I've seen in the history.
That promo is phenomenal. Whatever they're doing right now is fantastic. Dude.
Not to mention, can I also throw in there and I was thinking about this. One of my favorite things on Raw, and I know people hate it. It's one of my favorite things. Whenever Kyrie's talking to someone and Asuka goes, Kyrie! And she does the whole, okay, I'm coming, and then she leaves. It's one of my favorite things. And little by little, Kyrie accidentally eliminated Asuka from the Rumble, and that led to a backstage thing where when you leave the Rumble and you go to the back, they take a golf cart and they drive you to the locker room area. And Asuka got in the golf cart and Kyrie tried to get in, and she kicked Kyrie out. And she told the driver to drive, and the driver was driving, and Kyrie was trying to catch up to the golf cart, and Asuka just kept cursing her out while they were driving by. Then it was Asuka had won her Elimination Chamber match. It was telling Kyrie that she needs to win hers so that they can get into the chamber together so she can help her win. And Kyrie goes, don't worry about it, I got it. But then she didn't win her match. She lost. So then she got mad at Kyrie for losing her chamber match. And then after the chamber match last night on Raw, she was upset with Kyrie because she feels that she lost because Kyrie didn't get into the chamber like she promised she would. So they're yelling at each other, and AJ Lee walks by and tells Kyrie, are you all right? Are you good? She's like, hey, just let me know if you need help. And then she did it at Kyrie, and AJ sold it, but Kyrie didn't. And then my wife
was numb.
My wife goes, the abuse has finally set in. She doesn't even fucking feel it anymore. And I'm like, is this a Mania match? Is that what we're headed toward? Because they've got a ton of footage of these two
abusing
each other. Asuka abusing Kyrie for forever now. I was like, is this leading towards a Kabuki Warrior match at WrestleMania? Because
singles match between the two would be fire.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm on board.
Yeah.
I'm on board. Pick a night. That's one of those I don't care which night is on kind of matches. I think, no, I'm on board. Yeah. I am very, very okay with that. But that's my point. I love the idea that there's a million different ways that this could go, and I'm excited for it all. We are officially done with the Elimination Chamber, which means that is the last exit where we've got our gas, we filled up the tank, we've got our snacks, the tunes are ready to go, we're getting back onto the highway. Next stop is WrestleMania, boys and girls.
Yeah.
Remember what I say every year? WrestleMania is the greatest day of my life every year, and it's coming up soon. Just like right here. WrestleMania, I'll show it to you right here. You are the best. You are you are numero uno. How long does this thing take to deflate, by the way?
A few days, depending on how it's sealed.
Because the other two are starting to look all wrinkly and old, and this motherfucker right here is holding true. This one ages well.
Good.
Yeah. Pumped up pretty good. So that is our show here for 345. We've done everything that we're going to do here with the Elimination Chamber. It is in the books. It is done. And
I
now
made
we
it.
are off.
My
you
fucking
did.
head is in half, dude. Holy fuck me, dude.
You did. And we're off on the road to WrestleMania moving forward, which means with WrestleMania coming up, the date, I believe, isn't WrestleMania? It's like in the middle of the month. WrestleMania date. Yeah, 18. It's in the middle of the month. So we still got like 4 or 5 weeks before we get to it. We will be live with a live conversation about WrestleMania. I'll load the panel up. You know how that goes. We're going to have a bunch of people on here. So many people. All these people want to be on the show. I told them, I said, I'd love to have you on the show. But, we can't have everybody on the show. They're going to be here for WrestleMania. I can't wait. We've got some time in between. And this next week, I'm calling my shot. Babe Ruth, I'm calling my shot. You said something last week that I didn't know about. It was news to me about the departure of the Microsoft CEO deal, the person who was leaving and who they replaced her with. And now all I saw after I spoke to you about that was videos about people reacting to that and all this information coming out. So I'm calling my shot. We're doing that next week.
Well, I got to look into it more because a buddy told me about it today. But apparently they made some type of announcement about pretty much like giving up on gaming. I got to look into it more.
We got a week.
But it is ironic that after that, shortly after, it really isn't ironic, but that's my point. But we'll talk about it though.
We got a week. We'll let it develop and let it unfold. So, all right, folks, that's a little tease. Come back for episode 346. Find out more about that. What are you clicking on over there?
Nothing. It's just a title on a wrapper. I didn't think it would pick it up.
Oh yeah, pretty much been picking it up the whole show. So,
I just grabbed it one just now.
No, that where you were typing earlier, and it was picking up your clickety.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for downloading. Thank you guys for listening. Of course, thank you guys for enjoying. We're gonna see you next week. That was a small tease. Some other stuff we're gonna talk about. We'll see you next week.
Mic drop. Wait a minute. This is too much. Cooking it like a pro. Wrap it up, everybody. Show's over.